In this video, we're unboxing MV Mark II. We'll cover how the MV is packaged, and we'll take a look at all the included accessories. We'll also cover the importance of keeping all the original packaging and how to repackage it should you ever need to transport it. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's go ahead, open up the box, and take a look at what's inside. So you can see here we've got our nice, beautiful white MV product box protected by the outer box. And we'll go ahead and open this one now. We do generally recommend just taking the MV out of the white box without removing the white box from the outer box. The outer box will be a little bit tight, so just kind of easier just to lift the MV out of white product box and leave all the original packaging inside. So as you can see here, we have the MV itself in this beautiful protective cover, along with the original packaging foam that is designed to protect the unit in transit. And we have the accessories box. So to take the accessories box out, it's really simple. Just put your arm down in here and it'll just slide right on out. Okay, the end caps we'll go ahead and set aside. Now it's very important to keep all the original packaging. So when you're done, we recommend putting it all back inside the empty boxes and storing that for safekeeping. So this is the MV accessory box. Okay, and let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so as you can see here, we have 3 different power cords, one for the UK, one for most of Europe, and one for the USA. And then we also have the MV RC2 backlit remote control and the custom matching rack ears, along with the mounting rack screws and washers. That is a look at what's inside. Of course, you take the MV out, you simply put your hands on each side, lift it straight out of the box. When you're done, put everything back into the original box for safekeeping. We always recommend, if you ever need to ship an MV, shipping it back in the original packaging to your client, to your other home. If you're sending it in for an upgrade or for service, very important to protect it during transit to use the original packaging. Okay, so now that the MV is out of the box, let's go ahead and remove the packaging and the protective cover and take a peek at the actual unit. So usually the best way to do this is to simply flip it on its side, remove the foam end caps, okay, and then I will remove the cover to unveil the unit. And you can see here the unit is covered in a protective plastic film. You may see some edges coming up. That's normal. It happens sometimes when it rubs in transit. But the really nice thing about the protective film is that there are cutouts on all the air vents. This means that you can fully test the MV. So if you want to test it before you bring it for installation to your customer, you can run it just like you would normally run it, and you don't have to worry about any of the vents being blocked. And likewise, you can keep it in this protective plastic until you're really ready to put it in the rack, or put it in its final place in the theater, and then to remove that plastic. Now, so to package the MV back up, if you should ever need to, it's very important to remember to put all the pieces back in place with the original packaging. So start by putting the protective cover back on the unit, which I'm not going to do right now, but just get the idea. And then you'll see here the protective foam has these inserts. These are for the feet. This side does not. Okay, each side of the unit does not matter. These are symmetrical, but just the top and bottom And so you just want to lay that down in such a way so that when you put the unit back in, the feet go on that side. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the remote control and the rack ears on box. So again, our packaging, we've already kind of covered what comes in it. I'm going to take out the rack ears and the remote control, and I'll just kind of set this to the side. So let's start with the remote control. This is the RC2 backlit remote. Okay, comes through here with the remote control dongle and the RC2 remote and batteries. The remote has a plastic layer just like the Envy does once you take it out of the bag. You will see the remote control, and it's just got a little plastic tab here. You can peel that off and have the remote is ready to go with your batteries, and by default it's in its RF mode. You do need to plug the RF dongle into the back in the slot labeled RF. You notice there's a little blue dot on here. Let's take a look at this while we're here. So this blue dot tells you that this antenna is compatible with the RC2 remote. You cannot use the RC2 remote with the original Envy remote that came with the Mark 1. With the original antenna that came with the Mark 1. The two will not communicate. So that is the purpose of the blue dot. So you always know that you've got the two together. And let's just take a look at the rack ears. Okay. So here are the custom rack ears. Okay, now we have seen some photos of the Envy in the rack with the plastic still on the rack ears. So just like the Envy has plastic protection on it, so does the rack ears. So you may want to remember to pull that off as well. It comes with extra screws for the side of the unit, just in case you lose any when you are installing the rack. And also, these are your rack screws. So it comes with 5 screws and 5 washers. You only need 4, but when that inevitably one falls, hits the front of your shoe and darts behind the wall, never to be seen again, you'll be happy to have that 5th extra. So in another video, we will go over the rack installation of the Envy, but this completes our unboxing.